brought to you by Bethel School of Technology. Learn more at betheltech.net/Ken Coleman. 7 strategies to manage your micromanager. In other words, how do I deal with them in a way that they don't drive me crazy or drive me out of the building? Here we go. Number 1, you got to understand why the micromanaging is happening. This I did the deep dive on the show previously, but a quick review. Your leader is simply afraid. They're afraid of something. They're afraid of a negative outcome, and as a result, they're trying to control everything that they could control to avoid the negative outcome. So you've got to understand specifically, what are they afraid of? And then, why are they trying to control the things they're trying to control? And many times they're trying to control you. Okay? So we got to get understanding for this. We've got to get understanding. If I get understanding, then I can begin to see where I could step in and try to alleviate their fear. That leads to the second strategy. Build their belief in you. Micromanagers, by the way, do not in any way single out just one person. It's going to be a problem across the board. So you may not be able to solve their micromanaging of others, but you can, in fact, I believe, at least attempt and have a sound strategy, which I'm giving you, to help them believe in you. So how do you build belief in you for them? Be on time. Be on mission. Deliver results that they are expecting of you. Deliver what they are expecting maybe ahead of schedule. And get to the point where they just go, you know what, I don't have to worry about this guy. I don't have to worry about this gal. I don't have to worry about him. So, great. They get to the point where they start worrying about other people. And see, a fear-based micromanager will find a way to manifest their fear. They'll find a way. So what they'll do is if they believe in you, they'll put their focused energy on everybody else. This is the genius. Number 3, communicate, communicate, communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Over-communicate. Set up a weekly meeting if they don't already have one. Tell them what you're working on. Tell them what challenges you're facing. Make sure that you have the latest of their expectations. Micromanagers will shift their expectations all the time. All the time. So make sure that you have it. A clear expectation. You have it directly from them. Guidelines. Email them regular updates to eliminate their need to constantly be checking on you. Number 4, offer solutions. Be proactive to bring ideas. Solutions is what we're talking about, that address the concerns that you figured out with strategy number 1 of understanding why the micromanagement is happening. Offer solutions. Get in front of their fear. See, all of you who have parented, or certainly all of you that have been in a relationship, understand this. You understand it. You go, I know my spouse's greatest fears. I know my kids' greatest fears. And so what we do is we anticipate them. We get in front of them. And so at that point, we now become not just self-aware to where we can provide solutions, but we're so aware of that leader or that spouse or that child. So that's what's going on. And it makes us really, really instinctively proactive. It's not something you have to walk around thinking, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Instinctively, you know. If you're a parent of a kid, you instinctively know the things they're most afraid of, and you do your best to protect them of that. It's just something it's like a instinct. It's just, that's what it is. Number 5, set boundaries. Now, I'll tell you this is the most difficult part of these strategies. This is the most difficult one because it takes a lot of courage. You've got to set boundaries. That's respectfully communicating how they're, now, by the way, you can't tell them it's micromanagement, but you've got to say to them, all right, we need to set some boundaries, and you can use whatever language you want to, but you've got to set boundaries. And you got to say, okay, I can't say yes to this because it will affect this. And so this is the boundary. And you over communicate. This goes hand in hand with communicate. Set a trial period for maybe a new process that you came up with strategy number 4, which is offering solutions. So again, this is you leading up. You're managing your micromanager. Number 6, document everything. Whew. This is, again, a major pain in the neck, but document everything. Document absolutely everything. Keep records of your work. Keep records of communication. Remember, again, in strategy 3, communicate in those weekly meetings and making sure that expectations are clear. Document all of it. Document all of it so that they switch gears on you midstream. Okay, last week you said this was the thing. So what is it? And again, this is a real way to help manage them. And they may step back and go, oh my goodness, you're right. I'm sorry. I got to. And all of this, by the way, I believe goes into building belief. They go, well, you know what? They've got their act together. They're not acting like a jerk. They're documenting everything. They're kind of helping me organize my thoughts. So it's a really effective way to, again, manage your micromanager. And number 7, stay positive. This is hard. We as humans desire autonomy and we desire freedom. And when we don't have it, we begin to feel choked emotionally, choked mentally. And man, that just makes us want to do this and just break out of that, get out of that chokehold. You want to be free. And so there are times where that desire to be free and to break out of that chokehold can be negative for us professionally and financially, when in some ways we've got to endure the storm of micromanagement. And I believe these strategies will help you lead your manager and manage them out of this stuff. Because many times they're not bad people, they're bad leaders because they haven't been trained. And again, who among us operates at our best when we are afraid? So I have a lot of grace here for this. So stay positive. Control what you can control. Don't let them get you down. You model the way, the healthy work habits. By the way, the previous 6 strategies is a way for you to do this, to model the way. Be grateful for the work, the income. Focus on what you enjoy, and don't let the drama get to you. That's the key. So there you go. 7 strategies to manage your micromanager. If you do it, I promise you, it won't be near as bad as it has been, and you might be a part of the solution. Launch your tech career today at betheltech.net/Ken Coleman.